Sorry, guys, I had to clear my throat. I think I got everything set up. It takes a minute. Hey, good morning, Sherry. Oh, it doesn't even tell me that you're watching. That's weird. How are you this morning? Well, I don't know if anybody really likes those kind of videos or not, but I'm going to be getting that new action camera, and I figure I might as well see if I can't actually learn how to use it and just make different kind of videos, vlogging, so to speak. But I don't know if anybody actually likes those kind of videos or not. I like to be able to do like videos of trips to Walmart and stuff like that, but I don't know how all that will work out because I don't do anything anymore. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Now let's see, it looks like I need to actually move my camera a little bit. I need to be able to move it this way a little bit more. Now let me tip it back this way. Adele, hi. Okay, that's not bad. I'm trying to figure out the camera. I have to move it quite often. I think that'll work. Maybe like that. Let's see what happens. Now I want to count my lag before we get started. I can already tell there's a lag. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, not bad, about average. Okay, now let's see. Now I finished the one I was working on. I don't think it looks as good. Well, it does not look as good on my laptop as it does sitting here looking at it. It looks really nice. But I don't think on the camera you can see the outside that well. You can't see the color in the outside, but it looks really nice from here. Zoom in a little bit more. I do like it. I think the inside is a little bit too dark for the rest of the color because I could not blend this color. I couldn't blend these two together in a flower. It looked real nice because I had room to blend it. But here I didn't really have room to blend it. I did what I could, but I still think it's a little bit too dark, the transition. Now, what I had thought while I was coloring this, I was thinking, it might be kind of fun to color all the white space on the inside of the mandala in a starburst kind of thing, uh, with my red and oranges, reds, orange, yellow. I go from dark to light, so we'd have the lightest on the interior this time. But I think this turned out really nice, so I don't want to do that on this page. So I thought, well, let's just do the next page because we have the same style. There's no single lines. It's all double lined. So I have to figure out my colors. And we'll do the same technique, but we'll use different colors. But I do not have my colors. I don't have a color card made out like I did with the blues. That's the only one. Well, I have a bunch of cards made out, swatch cards, but I don't use them. I had seen other people make them out. I made some. I'll show you what I made. I probably showed you guys before, but see, I made a bunch of swatch cards. These are my couleurs. And I was going to use them when I was doing my videos or doing my live stream. So when I was coloring something, I was just going to lay that card down there because I saw other people doing this. But in order to get it, the area on camera, I would have to be coloring right here with this right there because the zoom on the camera, it was so hard to keep these on camera, I quit using them. But I made about 130 of these. Okay, so now I want to use, I know the red that I want to start with. And I may have found it already. Nope. But it's here somewhere. There we go. So I found the first one. That's the one I normally use with my orange. I just have to figure out the oranges now. I believe I need like a, here's an orange red. I think that's probably the next one. And then we could go with this one. I think that might work. I kind of want to end with this canary yellow. Now let me see here. So I need two more colors, but I want to move into a yellowish orange. I think I have Yeah, here's an orange yellow. I thought I had that. Or a yellow orange. Bright orangish yellow. So we're using a lot of bright, which is nice. I was going to use, well, we may finish with autumn gold. How about that? We'll look and see. Now let's see. I need my autumn gold or canary yellow. I'm not sure which. I will experiment here. I found the autumn gold, and I think I found canary yellow. Now I may replace, let's just see if these five go. I think I may replace what was that? That was a bright orange yellow. I may replace it with the autumn gold. So let me just do this one more time, guys, just to see. Not a lot of room for blending on this picture. Yeah, I like that autumn gold. It's brighter. And then we'll use this canary yellow. I don't want to go too bright. We can't see it when we get into the lighter shade. We can't see it. So, okay. Sorry, guys. See if I can bring that focus back in. Usually I can just tap on the camera and that will help fix it. There it is. I think my light is not as bright as what it was. Let me check it. I bumped it and I think I changed the settings. I guess that's the right one. It's hard for me to tell once I get to sitting here and I start changing the lights because of my vision. When I start messing with the lights, then once I flip them a few different things, I can't hardly tell the difference. There's on and there's off. Sherry, are you coloring on something this morning? It will zoom in a little bit. See, I just barely moved that book without having it zoomed in that far, and that picture went all the way across the screen. And I only moved the book by about a half inch. Actually, I'm going to put the book where I want it, and then I can move the camera to make it work. Because I got to figure out, I'm still working on figuring out camera and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Now let me move there, that's better. Now I may have to zoom out, we'll see. Now, my pencil down here may cause the focus to change on the camera, so I'll try to keep an eye to see if we get out of focus. Maybe it'll stay in. Boy, it's going to be hard to stay inside the lines. I can tell that already, and my pencil is as sharp as it can be. My easel keeps moving. I'm going to have to figure out a way to get my easel to actually stick to the table. I've got some double-sided tape, but I don't want to tape it to this purple matting. So I may take that mat up and see if I can't tape this thing down so it doesn't move all the time. Keeps sliding on me. And hopefully I will not get under the camera. Well, hi view. Hi Amy. How are you today? All right, good. Let me show you the page that we just finished. I got my camera set to where all I got to do is zoom in and out now. That's the page we just finished. We was actually working on this in the last live stream, and then I finished it off camera, which I don't do very often. So I decided I would just do another one in the same book. I'm going to use the same technique. I'm going to use different colors because the light blue on the outside of this edge is not, it doesn't show up real well on camera. It looks really nice sitting here looking at it, but it doesn't show up on camera. So I'm going to use different colors and we'll see what happens. A little bit too dark in the center. I wasn't able to blend the colors together. This color looks real well on flowers because I can blend it out, but and it looks good here. I blended all the connections where all the colors connected. I did blend them down. It's just hard to see because it's so tiny. Anyway, I decided we'll just do the same thing on the next page. And I was just talking about how my easel keeps moving. I've got to figure out a way to attach it to the table. So I'll probably do that this afternoon and see if I can't. I may take up this purple mat that I have here now since the easel is here anyway. I can take the purple mat up and I'll use some double-sided tape and maybe I can stick this thing down with some double-sided tape so it doesn't slide. I kind of was hoping that like a shelf matting would keep it from sliding around, but it doesn't. Oh, I can tell this is going to be a much tougher one because the lines they seem to be ever so slightly closer together. So I don't know how I'm going to color this and stay inside the lines. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so difficult. Now, see, a gel pen just might be the right idea, or a marker with a brush tip or something like that. Oh, yeah, my hand will be hurting by the time this is done. That's why it takes me so long to do these things. I don't do that much at one time. I don't think I'll be finishing this thing like real quickly. Wow. Now, one thing that's difficult for me, and I know that you guys have experienced this too, is like the tip, the very tip of that has an angle on it, one direction or another. That's why we have to keep turning the pencil, right? But on something this small, it is so hard for me to tell exactly where that sharpest chiseled edge is. It's very easy. The very first mark on the paper is in the wrong spot. I've done that several times. And when you're using a dark color, it is very hard to remove that from white paper. Now, it would be nice if I could actually do some blending and stuff, even on these rings, but I don't see how anybody could do that. Although I'm sure there are people who could actually like make those even these little small things look three-dimensional. Now, do you guys like working on these pictures that are very, I don't want to say like detailed necessarily, because this page is not all that detailed, but it is very small spaces that it actually takes some time. Sherry, I do too. Even though this like takes forever, for me, this is the kind of thing that I would rather color. It takes really takes well, for me, it just takes time, but I'd rather just be able to work slow or color slow, not really work. Now, when I do some coloring off camera, guys, I usually only color maybe 5 minutes at a time. I don't wear my brace when I do that. I may color, like I said, maybe 5 minutes at a time. Do any of you guys know anything about cameras and photography? Oh, you don't, Sherry? I don't either. That's why I'm asking if anybody does. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I do this every time I'm going to buy something, or if I want to buy something that's actually going to cost a little bit of money. I do watch a lot of YouTube videos just to watch reviews and find out what other YouTubers think about it and stuff like that because they're all more experienced than me. So the camera that I'm buying is one of the highest recommended cameras currently because it's one of the best action cameras on the market right now. But it has so many different settings and stuff like that, and all these people are showing what they can do with that camera because they're already photographers, so they already understand what they're doing. When they just put a new camera in their hand, the photography is all the same. I don't understand any of the settings for the cameras and stuff like that, so I have to use them on full automatic, and you can't do that. But what I was getting to is that I watch these YouTube videos, and these people, because they are photographers, they already know what they're doing. I already know that that camera is capable of making some very gorgeous videos. So when I push the play button or the record button, I just want it to record one of those kind of videos. But it doesn't. Because those kind of videos, you have to know the settings and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh my goodness. I see my laptop while I'm sitting here talking is buffering. So I hope I'm not too far behind again. I think I'm actually way behind because I just saw my book move. Haven't moved. I'm going to count my lag again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay, nine. But it was less than nine, so it's already getting bigger. And like I said, I did see it was buffering there a minute ago. But anyway, I already have some ideas of some videos, clips I would like to be able to make because that camera will do slow motion, it will do time lapses and stuff like that. So I've already got some ideas, but it's like I don't live in a city, so I can't go get, city traffic lights and all that kind of stuff because this place is dead at night. So I live in a very bad place for doing anything because there is absolutely nothing to do here. There is one bowling alley in the county, and I think there is one movie theater in the county. So really, where I live, if we want to actually be able to do anything, we have to go more towards where Amy lives or did live at one time. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Sherry. Well, that's me. I don't watch any of that kind of stuff for the purpose of learning photography and the camera. So like I said, I see what the all this equipment, anything I buy, I look at the reviews, I find out what it's capable of. So I know that hey, that is just talking about cameras, that's a good camera. I can look right there, see on my TV, it makes really good looking videos. Good enough for me. But when I go to do it and I push the button, well, it doesn't do it because they've done all these different settings. But this camera does a lot of that stuff for for the user, which is nice because like I said, I don't know settings, so I don't know how to set the camera up for doing some of that cool stuff. But I want to be able to do some of that cool stuff. But I'm kind of limited. Anything I can do with my camera all depends on where I can get us to on my bike. But I did think maybe like making videos like trips to Walmart, stuff like that. That might be fun too. I don't know. Make it worth buying a camera. It wouldn't be the first time I bought something and never actually used it to its potential or even close to its potential. I've been watching a bunch of downhill bicycle racing, mostly the ones that are done over in the Swiss Alps. Those are actually really fun to watch. I don't think I'll ever be doing that. I don't think I'd ever be able to actually color a page like this if I could not turn my book. Now this picture might actually turned out better if I would have used brown instead of the red, because again, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of blending, because what we have to do is I have to pull this color out like this a little bit lighter, and just pull it all the way out, just so we can get a little bit of a blending effect. Well, now I'll tell you what, I get through at this page, I just might be ready for a T-Rex, because it's small like this. A lot of small detailed work. And I don't really like calling it work either. It's artwork in that sense, but it's not supposed to be work, it's supposed to be fun. Now, I know there are some people that could color something like this and they go, whoop, shoop, swoop, whoop. I can't do that. Okay, that's awesome, Sherry. So I gotta turn my fan on here, guys. Amy, I think I have only colored maybe one picture that had hair in it. So I do not even know what it means. Do you flick? I don't know even what flick means. That is a new term to me in this particular hobby. Yeah, sorry. I told you I can't see. I thought I saw the word hair in there. I was just looking back there and I'm thinking, well, why did I say hair? But yeah, I can't see. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. Wow, this is going to take a while. I'm talking about just this inner part. Now this not may not be the best style of picture for someone to color who can't see. I guess you guys can hear the daily noise maker out there. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday, I'm probably going to end up getting one of them printers. Oh, you're going to get a new printer. Oh, awesome. I do think like these pages like this even would be kind of cool to have. Oh, look, here's another one I do that's the same style. Not all of them are the same style in here. There's a few of them back here. Well, look, a bunch of these back here in the back are, aren't they? Well, that one's not. See how that's single lined? A lot of single line. But there's several of these back here. I didn't realize that. See, some of them are like this. Some of the pages in this book, most of the pages are like this. But these kind are pretty cool like this. Oh, your printer died out. I've had printers in the past. I've had a couple of different computers. I had a real nice laptop in Hawaii. It got stolen. But the one I'm using now, the memory is there's so little memory on this thing. It's not, it's good for doing what I'm doing, but you could not do any computing on it, not really. Oh, you wore it out? I have not had a printer in a long time. I did use one back when I was doing a lot more online kind of stuff, chat rooms and stuff. I had my own website. Now, this is one of those pages that if I tore it out of the book because it's perforated, I could actually use it on my turntable. Oh, that would be fun, Sherry. I remember Katita one time suggested that I'll be able to offer copies of pictures I'm going to color so other people could download the same picture and color it. But maybe well, see, I really can't do that because I'm not an illustrator. So I can't really use other people's artwork, I don't think. I don't know how that works. But maybe I could since I'm not selling it. If I'm just like providing a link so people can download and color the same picture. I don't know how that works as far as copyright and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sherry. Because I don't, all the copyright stuff. Yeah, for me, see, I would much rather just be playing music, which I am, but I have my earbuds in. But I would much rather just have my music going while I was live streaming. But it's like nobody's allowed to listen to a song unless they pay to hear that song. Now, I'm not going to fill in this whole center area because I want to figure out each color all the way out to the outer edge. So we'll just work on this section in here. And I'm just bringing a little bit of that color out so we can get a little bit of a blend. We won't get a lot of a blend, but we can get a little bit. Now let me see here. this actually might blend out pretty nicely. Yeah, I actually think we're going to get a nice transition right there from that red into the reddish orange. A little bit better than with the blue that we just did on the other page. I think they're working real well together. I have to figure out how far out I want to bring it. I might go to right here. I think just right to here like this. It will give everything uniformity like a mandala. Yeah, something about like that. I was trying to figure out how far out to bring this orange. I kind of figured out a pattern because it needs to be on a pattern since it is a mandala. think I want to do this right here. I just want to bring in the very bottom of this little hooked part right there, because that's going to bring us, and then I want to bring this up, yeah, just like that. And that's going to keep me like a radius. Not that we're going to notice it that much, because it's going to blend out, but overall it will affect. We got to try to keep things symmetrical. Let's see. Let's go one more over this way, and then we'll see if we can come down some more with the next color. One thing I want to do is just lightly bring that color up. The red needs to come on out this way a little bit, very lightly. It is nice to be able to turn my page. Well, good morning, Dee Dee. How are you? I'm glad you're getting better. I've been kind of sneezy and coughy, but that's also getting better for me. Wow, three new songs. That's awesome. Now, Dee Dee, have you learned how to make your own songs? Or is Joe still making some for you? Joe made them, okay. Oh, now see, that's how I would be. I would not have any clue how to do it. But I know you know how to use like video editors and stuff like that. So I thought maybe you had picked up on the AI song making too. Oh, mine doesn't either. I was just curious. What about cameras, Dee Dee? Do you have experience with cameras and camera settings and stuff like that? Oh, I was asking if you knew anything about camera settings. Do you have experience with that? Cameras. Well, now that's how I am too. I actually don't know really anything about them other than to click the button, take a picture, or to, because most of my experience in that area is with cell phone. But I've been watching videos that's been done with this new camera that I'm going to get, the action camera. And I was thinking, it would be nice to actually learn how to use the camera because it has several different modes. You can do time lapses, slow motion, uh, nighttime, stuff like that. So it would be nice to actually learn how to do some of those things, I think. Now, I don't really know about making videos with me in the video because I really don't like being on camera, but I do want to make some cool videos. Let's see, I think I'm going to bring this from, well, I better sharpen that pencil. Yeah, I really don't have experience with cameras. And also being able to get someplace to use a camera, it's like if I can't get there on my own, which pretty much means if I can't walk there or ride my bike there, then we're not going to be making videos. Well, I was thinking maybe I could like do like some vlog type videos. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to wanting to, you know, I have access to all that stuff, and maybe I can just learn how to use some of it. It'll make spending that money more worthwhile. Oh, Adele. Yeah, you have to listen for the birds. I have my sound machines going. Rooms of Wonder. Okay, awesome. I've got to decide just how far out do I want to bring. That'll probably work. Something similar to that. Maybe I should bring it all the way out. I don't know. I haven't really decided how far out I want to bring this next color. Probably somewhere about there, though, is probably about right. Maybe we can go a little bit higher. Maybe let's go up to about this high. No. Mm, all right. I think I decided. we're going to bring this all the way out like this. Something about like that right there, just so the very tip will be in the autumn gold. I think that's going to be better. And then we can always pull that other darker colors out a little bit also. Now, I guess this should come all the way out, or at least almost all the way out. Let's see here, what happens if we do this? If I can leave it about like that, just kind of experimenting a little bit here, guys. I just want to see how far out I want to bring these colors. I think this thing keeps moving. I'm going to have to get this secured. If I want to bring this out this way, I'll have to bring this You're doing that page too, Sherry? nice. I actually might start the same page on Monday because I don't have anything planned for Monday. I may finish this over the weekend. If I don't finish it over the weekend, I still might start that, depending on what page it is. I'll see later. Yeah, I'll have to see what page that you do. Of course, I think most of my pages are pretty much available. Now let's see. I think I want to just figure out how far down I want to bring this yellow, or technically the autumn gold, something like that. I think just the end of that right there. I can extend it farther if I want to. Okay, I'm going to get my book here in just a second. Well, hey, JR, how are you? I am doing okay. Still a little under the weather, but certainly better. I think that's going to look pretty nice. I got our color pulled all the way down to the end. Oh, I know some I want to do here. Let me grab that book. All right, so I'm going to zoom out here for a second, guys. I'm going to put this other book over here. Let's see if I can find the page that you're going to be working on. Rooms of Wonder. And we've got sunflowers, honeybees, honeycombs. About in the middle, okay? Okay, what about this page? Okay, this one. All right. Okay, that will be interesting. So I'll start this page on Monday also on my live stream. There we go. So regardless as to whether I finish this one or not over the weekend, I'll join you guys on Monday on this picture. Well, I'm glad to know that because I actually had thought about doing a Thomas Kincaid, but just because I haven't done one of those in a while. Yeah, that'll be fun. And like I said, I had not decided on what I really wanted to start on next, so that's perfect timing. Who else is joining you guys for that? Or really, I should say joining Dee Dee, since it's her stream. Well, hi Danielle. How are you? Oh, okay, Danielle. Now, Dee Dee, Ivy Sunny Flowers, is getting ready to start in Rooms of Wonder, if you have that book. Okay, Danielle. I just wanted to mention that uh, Sherry will be joining her, and I will be starting on her page on Monday. Okay, JR, God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us this morning. I will show you, Danielle. Let's see if you can see enough of the page to be able to tell which page it's going to be. I may need to zoom all the way back out, but I think if we look right here, we can see enough of the page to know what page it is. Oop, man, everything keeps moving. Okay, so like I said, Dee Dee and Sherry will be starting on this page today in Dee Dee's live stream. I will join on Monday. But if you'd like to join, now I'm kind of glad that I opted to do a second page. I don't think I showed Dee Dee the original blue that I was doing. So what I was going to do on this page was use the reds and oranges and come from dark to light on the interior. But I actually like the way this turned out, so I decided not to do that. And since this book has several of these types, I decided, well, we'll just jump over to the next page. Yeah. While I was coloring it, I thought I could take these colors and do reverse instead of going from dark to light, come from light to dark. But I don't think these colors will work good with these colors. And I like the way that turned out. So, and then I thought we only had two of these type of mandalas where it's the double line. But no, there's actually several of these in here. There's 4 or 5 of them. So I can do this with different colors. See then, but some of these, like now these are not, I'm not looking to do this type. But so there's like 4 of them in here. So if I make videos, would you guys like to see more videos with me in the video or not in the video? With me in the video. Okay. Okay. So maybe we do some of both. I'm not a big on camera kind of person. So I'm probably inclined to make more videos where I'm not actually in the video, I'm just talking. But we'll see how it all works out. Like I was saying, once I get this new camera, I don't want it to end up being just like a waste of money, really. And I have a couple of ideas for some videos. So I was just curious, like I was saying before, I'm nothing special as far as cameras are concerned. Nothing special to look at. Well, thank you, Dee Dee. I can say I am glad I have a face. I'm just not really used to it being on camera. I was thinking that's why I'm not an actor, because I don't like being on camera, but that's really not true. I'm not an actor because I don't like being fake. I can't pretend. I don't do well in a make believe world. Well, I think we got the center part finished. I had actually forgot that you did those book readings. I knew there was another type of video that you were making that I had not seen in a little while, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, that cat bite was a pretty persistent injury. All right, guys, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. right, guys, I'm back in here. I'll be back over at the table in a minute. I gotta get something to drink. Just tripped over my own table because I can't see it. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Amy. I always assume you guys can hear me when I talk to you from across the room like that. I know it's probably a little muffled, sounds a little far away because I have moved away from the cell phone, but most of the time when I get up and sorry guys, and walk away from the table, I'm not talking, but like today I was. I came back into the front room, but I wanted to get a drink before I came back over here, so I do talk then. I just say stuff like, "Oh, I'm back in the room, guys. I'm getting something to drink. I'll be back over there in a minute," and stuff like that. If I had my other microphone on, the external mic, then I could talk regardless as to what I was doing. Like if I went into my kitchen, because you would still be able to hear me on the external mic. But on this mic, if I go into the kitchen, I would have to talk real loud for you to hear me. I don't want my neighbors to hear me, so Okay, Amy, God bless you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Happy travels. Safe travels. Now, when you guys color, do you go both ways with the color, both directions, or multiple directions? I don't know if that actually makes sense. I think for the most part, I do that most often so I can make sure that color gets applied to both sides of the teeth in the paper. At least that's my thinking. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that's my thinking. Now I'll come back when the whole thing's finished and I'll kind of blend in the connections a little bit and stuff like that. And that seems to work out pretty good. Even like just taking this orange and maybe going over this outer circle. That'll help connect it together real nicely. It can be a little bit tricky trying to remember what color goes where. I just want to make sure I do kind of the same thing on each section, just so the color blends out the same way. It's not all that critical. We just want something close. I can let you guys know I'll be going to Texas the end of April. I believe it's going to be like April 23rd, something like that is when I'm going to go. So I got to start planning for that trip. So the printer that I'll end up getting will have to wait until after that trip. Yeah, I'm actually going to go out there a couple of days before her birthday, and then I will stay and come back a couple of days after my birthday. So we'll be able to have her birthday and my birthday during the same trip. Yeah, I was hoping, I wanted to make this trip last year because I went, if you guys remember, I went in April last year also, but the timing did not work out right because Stacy needed to go make a trip to Florida. So I went early so she could make that trip to Florida and her husband would not have to miss any work. I just went to help out with the kids, took them back and forth to school, stuff like that. So this year we actually get to do it. Yep. I was thinking about it when I got home last year. It was like, wow, how blessed am I that, literally I can just walk out my front door and not come back for 2 or 3 weeks if that's what I want to do. Not everybody can actually do that. Well, I wish I got to spend more time with my grandkids that are here, but that doesn't happen. I think I got this this outer yellow. I think it's a little bit brighter than what I should have it, but I want to be able to see it on camera. That's the thing. We may see if we can't darken this a little bit because they look almost the same. They're not the same, but they do kind of look that way. It's not quite light enough, so we may make a change there. Well, that's true, Sherry. I could tell you guys stories about my life, and they're like stories you would only hear about in a documentary. I've actually had some real Dr. Phil stuff go on in my life. That's for sure. I have to hold the book down. It has a little bit of a bow in it. And these lines are so close together. So has anybody, oh, hi, Brittany. How are you? Has anybody been to professional sporting events? Oh, welcome back, Dee Dee. I've been to a few professional sporting events. I went to uh, I went to the Pro Bowl, NFL Pro Bowl in Hawaii. That was a big disappointment. I mean, the experience was fun, but the football was disappointing. You've been to hockey games. Okay, I've never been to a professional hockey game. Actually, I've never been to any hockey game. I have been to a professional uh, baseball one time, and I have been to a professional, like I said, the Pro Bowl. So that's professional football. And then when I went to my brother's house in Oklahoma the Christmas after my parents passed away, and I took him to a basketball game, the Thunder, Oklahoma Thunder. So I've been to baseball, football, and one basketball game. I was just wondering if anybody had been to professional sports games. Like I said, I was very disappointed in the Pro Bowl NFL when I went to that, but it's understandable because the Pro Bowl was actually played before the Super Bowl and nobody wanted to get hurt. So They kind of played at half speed. But the experience was fun. I got $140 tickets for $40 a piece. Me and my friend, and we sat in the VIP section and stuff. It was pretty cool. You went to some Dodgers games, okay? Now I went to a an Angels game, Angels and the Milwaukee Brewers or Bruins or something. I don't really know. I don't follow baseball. I actually don't follow any professional sports anymore. You went to a Braves game. That is pretty cool. And to some of the Olympic events. Okay, that's nice. That's pretty awesome. I have never been to any Olympic event. I have been to the World Cup soccer matches, the finals, which was pretty cool. I got tickets to a live Monday Night Raw show in Honolulu, Hawaii, but I did not get to go. That's WWE wrestling, but I didn't get to go. I got tickets for my birthday though. That was pretty cool. I felt bad though because I didn't get to go. A friend of mine got me the tickets for my birthday, but he didn't get to go either. Neither one of us got to go because there was a church function that night, so we didn't get to go. Oh wow, that's pretty awesome, Sherry. I've been seeing a little bit about that, Brittany. I wasn't sure exactly where they were going to be playing at. I knew it was going to be here in America. I think it would be pretty cool to have a friend who was a professional athlete, like doing something like baseball or basketball, whatever, in the hometown where you could have like box seats and stuff like that. That would be cool. right, I think that may be everything we need this color for. Oh, I suspect that hotels in all the little small towns in and around the area of Atlanta will be booked. Oh, okay. I am familiar with President Reagan and First Lady Nancy. I believe I saw Brittany. I believe I saw President Trump talking to the head of FIFA in the Oval Office about the soccer, the World Cup. But I did not know whereabouts they were going to be playing or holding the events at. When I went to them, they were held in Mexico City, and that was, I believe, 1971. Could have been 1970, but I think it was 1971, best I can remember. I think that's okay like that. I think we can introduce the next color. I just hope they're able to pull off all this stuff. Thank you, Sherry. I have to try to remember how I did. I actually have a bus pass for the bus system in Honolulu that still has like $95 on it. All right, you've got your link up ready to go? Uh, well, for a lot of my time in Hawaii, my bus was free because I had a disability bus pass. So I could use the bus system for free. Now, they do have a rail system, but it was not complete and in use when I left Hawaii. They spent years working on that thing, uh, billions of dollars over budget, and they ended up not even building it half as long as what it was supposed to be. Anyway, but the buses are very good. One of the best busing systems in the country in Hawaii. I don't even know how much individual tickets cost because I always bought, like I said, my bus pass was free there did come a point in time when I bought a bus pass. Like I said, I had put $100 on it, and I took like two different buses, went to the airport, and came back to the mainland. So it still has like 95 bucks on it or something like that. But I will say the bus system in Hawaii, you could get anywhere on the island on a bus. You only got one transfer though, which was like a bad thing because sometimes you might have to change buses three or four times to get to where you're wanting to go, and you only get one bus transfer. Oh, hi, Stacy. How are you? How's your day, Stacy? Okay, so you've been busy this morning then. I was going to say, you don't normally have like allergy issues, do you? They've been having some cooler temperatures where she lives too. It's only been in the 80s. Yeah, I didn't think you had. allergy issues. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That might be why you're feeling a little under the weather because you've had so many drastic temperature changes. Whoops, I had that off camera. I didn't realize that. Oftentimes, that is what causes a person to catch a cold. Well, they pick up a virus, but it has to do with the temperature changes of the air that you're breathing into your lungs when you go drastically, like a person that works where they have to like in and out of a freezer, like at a restaurant or someplace like that, they get sick a lot because they're in and out, the constant temperature change of the air they're breathing. It's funny, I go through the same kind of thing here because I run my heat and it's like there's just like this certain point to where then all of a sudden it's just too hot and I got to turn a fan on. So my sinuses are always messed up. Actually, Stacy, I was just telling everybody not long ago that I'm going to be coming out there soon, uh, the end of April for your birthday and my birthday. Have you taken something for it? Okay, good. Stacy, are you still making any videos for your channel? Like workout videos or anything like that? I haven't seen anything new. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything in a while. When you stream like that and then you stop streaming or you stop posting videos, then when you start again, it takes a little while to kind of get your video starting to circulate a little bit more again. Oh, okay. I think when I come to your house, I better leave me a little bit of extra room in my bag, because that way I can maybe go to Ross. Because you guys have, well, we don't even have the Ross here. Yeah, that's not really necessary though. That is true. I'm going to be bringing a new camera, so maybe we can, oh no, maybe we can take a ride into Houston or something at some point. Oh, a haircut. Okay. Well, I've never really been a big camera kind of person of like, taking a picture of this, a picture of that, pictures of all kinds of stuff. Uh-oh, my laptop is lagging. We're almost done anyway. But I've never been one that just takes pictures of all kinds of stuff, but it will be cool trying to make some cool videos. I was saying earlier, where I don't live in the city, it's hard to get certain types of videos, like the nightlife and stuff like that, because here there is no nightlife. There's no city lights. Yeah, see, that would be really awesome. Because this camera I'm buying, it has a setting for that kind of stuff for I can't remember what it's called, but super night or something like that. I can't remember, but anyway, for night. Then it has one for time lapse. It has for slow motion and stuff like that. But to get some video and some pictures of some nightlife would be pretty cool. The bright lights and stuff like that. Okay, let me see here. Let's see if I can get the whole picture nicely on in frame. Might be a little bit too big. Actually, that is probably not bad right there, is it? I'll move that camera just a little bit. I love you too, baby girl. I'm done. Have a good day. Be safe if you're out on the roads. Okay, everybody. I'm going to leave it sit right here for tonight or for today, this morning, this afternoon. This is going to look pretty cool too when it's done. This is going to look nice. And at least this one we can see the yellow, although that's supposed to be two different shades of yellow. So I may have to come back in and do something else with it, but and then Monday will be Rooms of Wonder. I am liking it. I do like it. But I'm looking forward already to starting on your page with you guys on Monday, Dee. And if I can stay awake and I don't have any issues, then I'll be doing Farming Simulator tonight. But the last couple of nights, I haven't even been able to be awake. But have a good day, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll do it again on Monday. Until then, God bless.